Hi there folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 92. So in our first story this week, took MPs 13 minutes to approve a 360 million Buckingham Palace refurbishment, so hopefully it's not going to take as long for them to agree to fix my ensuite once they're finished with it as well. But anyway, we've got a wee kind of number process question here. So part A, there's half as many radiators required than light fittings. How many radiators are required? So we've got to get half of 5,000. In other words, we're dividing 5,000 by 2, and that's going to give us 2,500 radiators. It's quite a lot in Buckingham Palace, but then of course it does have like 179 rooms in it or something like that. And the electrical sockets are 2.6 times this amount, so we need to multiply now the 2,500 by 2.6, so that's 6,500 electrical sockets. So I think the royal family will get their phones and tablets charged no problem once all that work's complete. Okay, so onto our photography story. So occasionally we can pick up some real bargains in charity shops. I've personally found many a rare record there, but this man bought for $2 this photograph, and it's like the only second photo of Billy the Kid, the famous outlaw. So it's now insured for 3.6 million. How much profit does he stand to make if he sells it for this amount in pounds and pence? So first of all, we've got to change the $2 into pounds and pence, and we do that by dividing by the exchange rate. So that's £1.44 is all he paid for this photograph. And to work out the profit, we're going to take this away from 3.6 million, but obviously we have to write this number out in full as 3,600,000, and then we'll take away the £1.44, so that's a potential profit of £3,599,998, and of course let's not forget the 56 pence. So next time you're in a charity shop, why don't you keep your eyes open and peeled for potential bargains, but of course you're helping a good cause at the same time. Right, so on to our business story. Now, when I was a lad, you could get a Freddo bar for 10p, and it's now been announced that this spring the price is going to rise to 30 pence, and that's like a 200% price rise. Anyway, let's see how this is affected in terms of wages in 2000 compared to 2018. So how many Freddo bars could the average UK worker buy with their weekly wage in 2000? So it's basically how many times does 10 pence go into 300. So of course it's a divide, but we've got to change 10 pence into pounds to make that work. So a UK worker could have bought 3,000 Freddos with their weekly wage. Think of all the fun that could be had with them. Right, so for 2018, this time it's how many times does 30 pence go into £512. So it's 512 divided by 0.30. So we're getting 1,706.666667, but we've got to round it in the context of the question. So they can't quite afford 1,707. We've got to round down in this case, so that'd be 1,706 Freddos. So how many fewer Freddos can be bought per week in 2018 compared to 2000? So obviously part C is just going to be a simple subtraction. So that's 1,294 fewer Freddos. I mean, that's really astronomical when you think of that. So it's maybe just highlighting how, okay, wages are going up with inflation, but certainly the cost of goods seem to be going up an awful lot more. So on to our final story now, and we don't usually like to cover deaths at Daily Rigour, but this was a phenomenal athlete back in the day. Sir Roger Bannister, the first person to run a mile in under 4 minutes, sadly died at the age of 88. So we're trying to work out his average speed. Well, to get speed, we do distance divided by time. The distance is 1 mile, and we're dividing by the time in hours in order to get the speed in miles per hour, as the question suggests. So what we can do first of all is change the 59.4 seconds into minutes by dividing by 60. So 59.4 seconds is 0.99 minutes, and then we can change the minutes into hours by dividing by 60 again. So it's 3.99 minutes divided by 60, which comes to 0.0665 hours. We can do 1 divided by 0.0665 to get an answer of 15.03 something, so rounded to the nearest mile per hour, we're getting an answer of 15 miles per hour. So I wonder how you got on with this week's challenges, guys. Something in it for everyone, but second, third, and fourth level. But hopefully you had as much fun trying to solve the problems as we did writing them. So stay tuned for next week's edition when there'll be more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching and bye for now.